Hi, everyone. Welcome to the March 2022 edition of Pitch Perfect. Very excited to have you all here with us today. So ahead of just getting started there, wanted to run through quick kind of forward-looking statements. So just be mindful of the fact that this presentation may contain forward-looking information. There can be no assurance that forward-looking information will prove to be accurate, as actual results in future events could differ materially from those anticipated in the statement. So accordingly, viewers should not place undue reliance on forward-looking information. Now going to turn things over to Care2Talk. So we're going to have Jordan telling us a little bit more about how they empower seniors to connect through simple, purpose-built video calling. So Jordan, I'll turn it over to you.
Yeah, thanks again for everybody. Great presentation so far. My name is Jordan Shelley, the founder of Care2Talk Technologies. Our purpose is quite simple. We just want to scale back our technology, make it super simple for our seniors, allowing family members to easily connect, share contacts, invite families, friends, care professionals to the seniors. Saving tons of times from the care communities. The opportunity, as we saw with COVID, is just kind of lack of technology in care communities. A lot of time is spent by coordinating Zoom calls, family members calling the front desk. Seniors have limited time to talk to them. Usually it's a Monday to Friday, 10 to 3. So our system kind of replaces that and makes it a dummy down version for the seniors. They have a tablet in their residence or their room. And then they have a main family member that they share this link and a connecting point for family members around the world. The average cost right now to set up a Zoom call in a care facility is about $30 per call, even with the free Zoom application. Our solution, we have two parts. So one part is connecting loved ones. So as seen, talked about prior, each care community gets a web application, the senior gets a tablet, and the family members just download the app for free on their iOS or Android phone. Right now, we're tracking over 10,000 minutes on our platform and continually growing and onboarding new customers week over week. Our second part is our telehealth. So our solution is we're allowing family members to invite physicians to connect with the family or with the senior, making kind of a three-way call, full transparency, using auto-transcribe languages. So if a main contact can't be part of that call, they get an update seamlessly via our platform to kind of see how mom and dad are doing, and kind of bringing back kind of family doctors as we're seeing across Canada, losing doctors, especially in BC. It's been very challenging, and pushing towards telehealth. This is just a slide of how we're bringing primary care service seniors together and making it all one platform. So working with the Ministry of Health and the Ministry of Senior Care to make our platform sync with clinics and the care community, especially in BC. A little sneak peek about our platform, how it looks like to invite doctors to our platform. Our growth has been quite strong in Canada. So we're in 50+ care communities. 200 of these seniors are on our platform. Over 1,500 family members are connected to mostly seniors in the US and Canada. And we got a bit people in the UK. We have a couple customers in New Zealand, Australia, and Brazil, and a kind of a handful in Central America, just showing that the connectability to connect with the seniors is quite seamless without using any kind of coverage or sell kind of expenses on top of that. Our competitors are out there. They kind of focus on more of a peer-to-peer model. Not a lot of them have a telehealth plug-in API component. So we stand to kind of share and connect with care communities. Great founding team. We have a director of sales, our CTO Matt, Jennifer, junior dev, Spencer, our project manager, helped with our early team, Thomas Designs, and Sean is a good friend. Sold his company to Jewel about 3 years ago. The growth is good. We're at 10,000 MRR right now. We've just started selling into the market in late October with a couple enterprise deals set to close in Q2. Our MRR is projected to do about 15,000 in kind of late April, and we have a $500,000 insert grant pending with the University of British Columbia. Couple contract proposals. We won a Nova Scotia proposal, which will help lead us and drive us into the Quebec market. We also won a couple New Horizon for senior programs that start in April, and working with some health authorities right now in BC and Saskatchewan to help leverage the telehealth kind of beta program, and about $50,000 in kind of the private care senior communities. The use of proceeds, really want to focus on building our team, of course. Getting some more salespeople, some marketing. We haven't spent any money on marketing at all, so we want to kind of drive that up, and then hire some more developers. It's taken us about 3 weeks to hire a dev, so it's just time and queue to help to find the right people. And then the build out is the EMR, telehealth, doctor side, and then with our partnership with InCirc, we want to do emotional mood detection. So when a senior's on our tablet, we can see how well he or she are doing. Kind of report that data back to the care communities to see kind of overall bill of health. And we're going into French and Spanish languages next month. Kind of some, our terms that we've raised about $750,000 so far since February, and we have over 50,000 left. A couple highlights: we're part of the new Chip Accelerator program in Texas, which will help lead us into kind of a real seed round in the US at a much higher kind of valuation. They predict good partnerships with BC care providers, Ontario Long-Term Care Association. Lenovo's been excellent to us, and yeah, we have about 240,000 in proposals outstanding. So that's kind of kind of Care2Talk in a nutshell of what we're trying to do. I can go through kind of our advisors. So we have James DeGrief. He sold his company Genealogics. He's part of Good News Ventures. He's part of our syndicates fund in Victoria. Hans Knapp is part of Yaletown Ventures in Vancouver. Sean Jameson with Freshworks. Frank with he's a senior engineer with Google, and Paula's kind of partnerships Women's Equity Lab based in Victoria. Now they one in Kelowna and Vancouver. So that is it for today on my end.
All right. Thanks so much for the presentation, Jordan. Very comprehensive in terms of what you guys do and where you're headed. I think definitely the pandemic has shown just the demand for something like that as well. I know for myself personally, I was actually over at my grandma's 2 weeks ago showing her how to use FaceTime so she could connect with a family with cancer back in Saskatchewan. So it's a very needed thing, and it's not easy to always make the technology work and make it something that's intuitive and easy to understand. And I can't always be there to help with the iPad. So I'd love to hear a little bit more about how your software really makes it easier for those seniors to connect.
Yeah, so we typically sell to care communities. We drop ship tablets to them. They scan a QR code, we onboard them, and basically the tablet becomes locked down, dummied down for them. So no back button, they can't share, they can't crash it, and it's really controlled by the family member. So the family member adds or removes contacts, invites care providers, and really does it on their end because they want to be part of that. And so with the big disconnect with COVID is doctors or family members had to go see the senior. And then didn't create a three-way call. The connections were limited. The distance is troubling, and care communities were kind of overran by all these Zoom calls. And right now we're in a weird spot because everyone's going back to rec, and they're eliminating Zoom calls. So family members now can't book time slots to make calls because of the rec team being so busy now. So they're creating solutions, which has helped driving us into the care communities because this is an alternative that they can actually upcharge, or at least pass it on to the family members to create a communication device, because Zoom is very limited now based on their staff, and staffing is a huge component across Canada. But with BC care providers, it's a kind of top two priorities to get more staff into these care communities.
For sure. No, I think that makes a lot of sense. And just a reminder to everyone, if you have any questions, please do send them through the Q&A. Definitely, I think over the last couple of years, we've certainly seen the aging population increase. We know that the baby boomers, historically the largest generation, are all aging, so we are going to see that trend kind of continue. So perhaps you can speak to a little bit more about how kind of senior care within that sector is expected to grow in the near future across Canada and the US, and how you guys plan to capitalize on that as well.
Yeah, it's predicted about to be 20% of North Americans will be under some kind of senior care by 2030, and just openly they create a new Ministry of Senior Care in Canada, which I think is the first of dedicated resources. $5 billion going into it kind of first year, really just showing that the movement's coming, and after we get over this fiscal year, which is ending in a couple of days, they can really now start doing these programs. And so these New Horizon programs are helping care homes get kind of ahead of the tech, upgrading their Wi-Fi, created more usability. And so it's just been a tough year for these care communities with COVID, and this new ministry is set to make a big difference and put a lot of resources and value to that. So it's coming. It's not, and telehealth is now growing in the ages from 16 to 60, and so it needs to be a little bit more hands-on approach, or user-friendly approach to connecting seniors.
No, absolutely. Like you said, telehealth is definitely a growing sector. We're only going to continue seeing more of that for sure. So just as we get to kind of wrapping up the end of the pitch today, I know you mentioned how much you've kind of already raised on this round. You guys are doing very well so far towards your raised targets. You've got a $250 minimum investment on FrontFundr. So for those tuning in today, perhaps you could summarize kind of some key reasons to invest in Care2Talk.
Yeah, I think number one, it's impactful. I think our aging demographic, we could all speak to our parents or grandparents, the frustrations we get. So it's kind of putting forward of something good towards the community. We've had a couple of communities help fundraise within the community to help get this technology. So yeah, this part we're just start of kind of helping the seniors out what they went through the last kind of 2 years. So we set the bar low for kind of everyone to participate. And help get us to the next level, which will be kind of the more serious round as we enter the US.
That's great. Well, yeah, fantastic pitch today. Very admirable mission of what you guys are doing. So thanks so much for joining us. So thanks to everyone who has joined us. Just as we're closing things up today, just wanted to finish for anyone new who's not as familiar with FrontFundr and what we do, just introduce ourselves in being Canada's leading equity crowdfunding platform. We make it easy for all Canadians to invest in exciting startups and growth stage businesses, just as the 5 that you saw here today. And if you have any questions about getting started on FrontFundr, definitely recommend that you visit our website to learn more, and reach out to our support team at any time. If you have questions, they're able to assist you through the investment process and to answer any questions that you may have about the investment opportunity as well. So to all the attendees who joined us today, really appreciate it. Thanks so much for your time. We hope you join us again for the April edition of Pitch Perfect. And to all of our panelists today, thank you so much for your time, for telling us more about your businesses. It's so great to hear the mission and visions of what you do. You guys all have very admirable goals and are creating very positive change. So really appreciate that. Thank you so much to everyone, and hope to see you all again soon.